Hello, I'm Kiley Dunbar. I'm an author. I write romantic fiction, and today I'm going to read you a little excerpt from my Christmas 2020 book. It's called One Winter's Night, and it's the sequel to my One Summer's Night, which came out in 2019, and that was my debut novel. And both of these books follow Kelsey Anderson, my heroine, as she sets up a photography business in Stratford-upon-Avon, Shakespeare's hometown in the heart of England. And she's a Scottish lassie like me. And in the second book, we see her conducting a long-distance love affair with the beautiful American actor Jonathan Hathaway. And in this novel, he comes back to her for Christmas, just for 3 days, and they spend Christmas together. And this scene that I'm about to read to you shows them they've made the sudden decision to get a rental car, and they're going to drive to Scotland and surprise Kelsey's mum and all of her family back home. So I really hope you enjoy it, and happy Christmas. One Winter's Night by Kiley Dunbar, Chapter 27. There is a world elsewhere. Coriolanus, Shakespeare. Brake lights and headlights shone all along the dark December motorway. Chris Ria's gravelly voice was celebrating the joys of driving home for Christmas on the car radio, while Jonathan clutched 2 red takeaway cups of gingerbread spiced latte and surreptitiously side-eyed Kelsey as she drove. "Stop watching me," she said, her jaw tense but still amused, as she ground between gears. "I'll be fine once I get used to it." "When did you last drive?" "About 6 years ago when I passed my test." 6 years? We're going to die, he mugged. "Hey, I'm not the one who'd never used a gear stick before, okay? Anybody can claim they're a good driver if all they have to do is push a lever and steer. You were pretty bumpy back when we first set off from Stratford, you know." "Okay, I know," he laughed. Kelsey pretended to sulk, adding in a low voice, "I only stalled it twice back at the services. And you won't catch me going over 70, unlike some people." "Hey, that was a momentary lapse in concentration when you were feeding me that gingerbread heart. Tell that to the motorway police." She laughed, surprised they had slipped into this new, easy way of talking. When had that happened? It must be a good thing. A sign that they were relaxed with each other, she thought. She could feel Jonathan tensing beside her again as she accelerated to overtake a lorry. "Careful," he cried, as his foot automatically stretched into the footwell, looking for a non-existent brake to pump. "You're doing it again. Just relax and listen to Chris. He loves driving on dark, icy, overcrowded roads. I'd never have guessed you were a nervous passenger." "I'm not nervous, I'm having a great time." Jonathan sipped his coffee and set his eyes on the car's lights, snaking in a chain on the road ahead. "How much longer?" "A couple of hours." "It's nice just puttering along with you." "I like the bit at the services best," grimaced Jonathan. "You're going to have to distract yourself. Tell me a story or something." "Okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Tell me about your mum," Kelsey urged. "Oh, well, okay, let's see. She's real dainty, like my sisters. I guess I don't get my height from her. She works one job these days, but when I was a kid, and it was just us two, she worked all the time. I'm not kidding. I'd be looked after by all these aunties on my street. None of them were my real aunts. While Mum worked the cash register at the 7-Eleven, or taught her art and acting classes. And she was a cleaner in this old lady's house for a while. Yeah, she's amazing. You're going to love her. I know I will." Once she met Art, things got easier. He's an English professor. Now Mum teaches her drama classes, and that's it. She's thinking about retiring soon, though. Yeah, you're going to love her. "Do you think your mum's going to like me?" "Ha! Well, be prepared for the loudest scream you've ever heard when she sees us. If that doesn't frighten you off, you're definitely going to get along." All she ever wanted was for me to be happy like she was with Dad. She threw a quick glance at Jonathan, listening starry-eyed beside her. He reached for her hand on the gear stick and squeezed it gently, and they fell silent for a while. "Look, there it is," Kelsey called out, pointing to the roadside. They both stared at the sign, a huge saltire cross in blue and white with the Gaelic words Fáilte go Alba in bold letters. Fáilte go Alba? He squinted as they passed. "Welcome to Scotland," she said. And the words caught a little in her throat as she was hit by the same sudden wave of sentimental pride every Scot making their homecoming journey ever felt. The feeling made all the stronger because this time she was bringing Jonathan with her. "Welcome to Scotland," she said again, pressing the pedal a little harder, carrying them off into the night, so close to home.